Hello folks, in this short video I want to describe how to bring in a mannequin in Catia V5 and then make it operate on a mechanism that is already created. Uh, Now, as far as the mechanism itself is concerned, it can have physics behind it, but when you attach the mannequin to the mechanism, although motion is going to take place, of course, we don't know anything about the stress aspect of what is happening to the mannequin. But anyway, what I'm trying to do is this particular problem, as you can see, and I want to show you a few slides. These slides are going to be used as I try to create the mechanism. Actually, let me show you what the plan is. I have already created one, which I'm going to start from scratch, of course. So let me animate this. So notice that, let me put it in a loop. So that prismatic bar, prismatic link actually can have physics associated with it, giving you velocity, etc. But the mannequin, when it comes in and you attach it to that mechanism, physics is not transferred into the mannequin itself. Okay, so this is the plan. But I'm going to show you a few slides here, which we will need as I do this problem for you. First of all, is the automatic setting of the motion of the mannequin. These are the common, very common uh, icon and toolbars in the Human Builder workbench where mechanism is. And then the forward kinematics and the inverse kinematics are extremely important. And also there is the touch. We make sure that the hand of the mannequin actually touches the link, for example, or the bar. And this is the IK behavior, inverse kinematic behavior, very important. You'll be surprised at what it can do. And I have uh, some other videos related to Human Builder and mechanism, things like that. One of them is in this particular playlist, and then there's also a few which are in uh, the playlist that's for the course that I'm teaching in mechanism design with Catia V5. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and create the thing that we are trying to do. I'm gonna get rid of this. We start from scratch. So why don't we bring in the mannequin first? So we go start with the product, and let me go to the Human Builder. So Human Builder, it's in ergonomic design and analysis. Human Builder, okay. And there is inserting a mannequin, a new mannequin. You click on it. It says what is the father product. That's this because there's only a single product that you have no choice but to select this. And we're going to select the man 50-50 percentile, and on the optional, I'm going to use Canadian and whole body and H point. Now, H point means that the 000 location of the assembly product file is associated with the midpoint of the body of the mannequin. We'll see that. But anyway, let's bring it in right there. Okay, good. So the mannequin is already there, and it is located at positions pretty much 000 of the global system, right there. The fellow's belly, H point. Now let's insert our first piece, which is going to be the base. Okay, that by the base I mean this yellow portion. Okay, that's not going to move; it's going to be stationary. So insert a new part in there. Try it again. Oh, right there. Control Z. Sorry, I didn't want to put it there. Control Z. Insert a new part in the product right there. I inadvertently put it in the mannequin structure. But anyway, so let me call this thing the base. Properties of fixed base. How about that? Fixed base. and right there, fixed base. Let's move on. Let's go make it. Double click on it. So on that vertical plane, I will sketch something that looks like this. Exit. And then we're going to pad this thing. Pad here. There's the pad. I'm going to do it in both directions. And this is the sketch. And why don't I make this thing maybe 20 centimeters? That it looks like. Oh, that's too much. 20 centimeters. 20. Actually, let's make it 20 centimeters. Yeah, 20 centimeters. Yeah, that's good. Excellent. So let me change the color of that. Properties on the graphics. We're going to change the color to yellow. There we are. So we got this guy. And then we're going to insert the moving part, which is the block on the top. Insert a new part. I'll say no, and change this thing to called moving block. Product moving part, and also here moving part. Okay, let's go make it. So on a convenient plane, for example, on this plane, I will sketch. We turn this thing around so that I will with this end. So let me make a rectangle here. And I'm going to make it pretty much the same size, so maybe a little bit taller like that. But this control, that, I'm going to make it coincident. I'm going to bring it down. Coincident. Okay, and maybe this control that, also coincident. They don't have to be, but that's what I want to do. This control this fellow, also coincident. Exit. And I'm going to pad this thing. There's the pad right there. And I'm going to pad it up to that point, up to plane, this plane. All right, there we are. So we have a part that is moving, and we have a fixed the base that's fixed. All right, let's go back to the assembly and apply our constraint. By the way, so let me go to assembly design. I'm going to anchor the yellow piece, and I'm going to create a prismatic joint between these two. The way I'm going to do that is creating the assembly constraint and then using the magic wand later on to convert it into a prismatic joint. So coincidence between, for example, this edge. Let me hide that. And that edge. I'll bring it in the front. So what I did, coincidence between these two edges, top and the bottom, and coincidence between this left plane and this plane. This is going to turn it into a prismatic joint. Okay, good. So we are pretty much done here. I just want to point out to you that in the event that you want to move the mannequin in any way, that's fairly easy. You bring this thing and put it on the mannequin, and then you can drag this back and forth in any direction that you want, or you can rotate it if you want. Okay, well, which I don't want. I'll just leave it the way it is. All right, good. Yep. We're gonna go. Now we're gonna go and create a joint. This joint. There's only a single joint. So let's go to the digital markup. DMU kinematics. These are the kind of things that I do in my course, and also they're available on YouTube here in my playlists. Okay, so I don't need this. First of all, let's use the magic wand here. See under the DMU kinematics toolbar, there is a magic wand here. Click on it. New mechanism, mechanism number 1, and auto create. There's only a single joint that's going to be created, and you can see that it's going to be a prismatic joint. There we are, degree of freedom 1. Double click on it. Make it length driven so that it moves in this direction, and let's hypothetically say it goes between 0 and I don't know, maybe 50 centimeters if you want, just for visual purposes, demonstration purposes. Okay, you can see that if you click on this simulation with commands, you can control this thing. You can see that this is moving by 50 centimeters. Reset. Good. Okay. Now we want to attach this mannequin to that fellow. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the human builder, ergonomics design and analysis, human builder, all the toolbars and things like that change. So what I'm going to do is I want to bring this hand as close as possible to that edge. And there are different ways of doing it. For example, I can use a forward kinematic. You click on that. Let's say that you select this, and these are the different joints. See that? Different joints. Or you can select that fellow. This is the joint. You can see that. If you want to change the joint direction, for example, you go to right click, you go to degree of freedom 3, shows you other type of thing, other type of joint. But that's really not the point of this exercise. All I want to do first of all is to go here and move this thing a little bit to the right. Let me see. Okay, good. And I do the same thing on this guy. Degree of freedom. Excellent. If needed, you can bring these things forward. Okay. So for example, you can do it. Should I bring it forward? Yeah. Okay. So right click, let's say degree of freedom 3. Oh, that's not it. Reset. That was a bad idea. It must have been first degree of freedom then. So you can spend hours and hours trying to get these things to make it look good, etc., which I'm not going to do. All right, good. So now I want to put this hand on that edge. So there is, in this Manikin posture, there is something that says reach, okay, or reach with orientation, position orientation. Let me use this. So what happens is that you're going to select, first of all, where do you want this fellow to reach? So let me select this, for example, side of the box. And then I click on the palm of the hand, or the hand right there. Okay. Now let this thing go. Let's do it again. I want to bring this hand to that location and click on the select the hand there. Okay. And you can play with this thing. For example, you can move the fingers again, forward kinematics. You can forward kinematic. You can select this. You can move the fingers, etc., etc. And as I said, you can spend hours and hours doing these things, but that's okay. I'm not going to do that now. So this looks good, pretty much. Okay. Now I want to attach. Now that I put it in the right spot, I want to attach these together. So the attach is on the Manikin. See that Manikin constraint right there? Manikin constraint. There's a paper clip here. You click on it, and what you do is you select the hand. So this hand, in this case the finger, but it could be the palm of the hand, is going to be attached to that edge. See that green, not edge, that face, that green dot here? It means that these two are going to be attached. I'll do the exact same thing on this side. So for example, attach the hand. I'll select the back end and this face. Notice they put a dot there, green dot. That means they're going to be attached. Now, look what happens. Let me go back to the mechanism. We're done. We're done here. So we go back to our digital markup, DMU kinematics. And let's see if we can control the motion. Here it is, right there. See that? Simulation with command. Click on it. And let's drag this thing. You see this? And you can go further, but notice that what happens, that green dot becomes red. That means that there's no way these can be attached together. Let me reset it. Now, I want to show you something very cool. And this is going to be, by the way, before I show you that, let me remind you that if I had not activated this, if I had not activated this to automatic, you would have to move the block and then update, okay, which I've done it. I've already done automatic so that as the block moves, because the hand is attached with that paper clip into that block, the hand also moves. If I have not done this, I can move the block, the hand does not move, but once you update, it'll go to that location. So this is already done. Now, I want to show you to this particular setup. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the human builder. There is this thing called inverse kinematic behavior. See that? See that? Inverse kinematic behavior. Click, and then you have to select the mannequin. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use look at hand. So I'm going to check this, and then say okay. Look at, for example, the right hand. All right, let me make it the left hand, left hand, and then say okay. Now we go back to the digital markup and try to move this thing manually again, just like I did before. Click. Look at what happens to the hand, to the face. Look, it turned the face around, and now the guy is looking at its left hand. The only thing is that only the hands are moving. So I click on that, close it, go back to the digital markup, go back to the human builder. Where is it? Human builder. And go back to that inverse kinematic behavior, IK behavior, the mannequin. This is fine, but click on the lumbar so that the fellow's lumbar also moves. Say okay, and go back to DMU kinematics. Now try to move. Look at what happened. Look. Cartoon. Now you can put physics into the motion of that prismatic joint, but of course the mannequin is just attached to this. Now let me reset this thing, go back. Okay. And what I'm going to do is create a cartoon. So click on this simulation, select both of these, say okay. Now I'm going to move this thing, drag this thing all the way to the location that I want. Insert. Make sure that this arrow is facing front and back, and then play. Fast. I don't want that. Reduce the speed. You see? It's very easy to bring in a mechanism. You have to spend a little bit of time to make sure that things are in the right place, the touching is done properly, grabbing is done properly, etc. But that was not the point of this exercise. It's just to demystify this business of making a mechanism and bringing something to operate on it. Very simple. You can create video clips of this and things of that type, which is not the focus of the present video. I hope this helped. Good luck.